Hey, yo, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another mod stream. We're here to work on some HYDRA stuff. But first, as part of the intro, I will shill my latest work. I did an interview with Frankie Ward over on the other channel. You can check that out just by typing Frankie Ward interview into YouTube or going to this video. It's pretty good. And that's the only shilling that I'm doing, besides our daily reminder to check out everything else that I do. And yeah, that's it. So, what's up, Balethral, 3 Lethal, and Darkened Fantasy Man? I do have some of DF's latest work added to HYDRA that I will quickly show off. We have team-colored construction for Protoss and for Terran. I won't really be able to show off the Protoss one here, but I'll start up another map later. And eventually we'll get the Zerg one done at some point. It's pretty frustrating that Blizzard just fucked it. To demonstrate that Blizzard fucked it, I will morph this, and you will see that there is actually purple in here, but it's the wrong purple. It also appears to be fucked in the animation, but whatever. But for Terran, we actually have some legit stuff. So I'll build like a depot. You can see that there's some team color. I especially like the little bits at the top of some of these spires, these little towers. So that's pretty cool. And then we'll eventually have team color added to individual building frames. Here's the one for some larger structures. I guess I'll try. Is there anything else? There's a medium, right? Or no? Maybe not. I guess not. But whatever. So yeah, we got that. That will definitely be useful for at-a-glance stuff. And then I did say I was going to fire up a map to show you guys what I'm doing. This is all Zerg. I did want a Protoss one, but the only issue is I don't know. Maybe this one has some an Protoss. Is there an Protoss? There's an orange Protoss and a red Protoss. That's it. Okay. So we get to see the orange tint to it. We get to see the red tint to it. And the texture is also team colored for the warping in animation, which is pretty cool. We'll quickly take a look at some of the Terran stuff, see if they're doing anything. Nothing yet. There's barracks. What is the medium used for, DF? Do you know? I think the warp in animation is actually like, it is a bit of a compromise, especially with some darker player colors. It's not going to look spectacular, but one of the things that's really important about this is gameplay readability, being able to at a glance know, like, oh, there's another player at play here, you know, building this. At a glance, it will add a lot, and it's something that I think really should have been in the game from the get-go. So, Armory's the only one. Yeah, Armory's not in the game, so. That's fine. I might actually make the, oh, I do know which one you're talking about, though. Maybe the engineering bay uses medium. I can fire up the, what was I going to do is build the NG bay. Yeah, okay, this is one that uses medium. So this is what the medium one looks like. So, definitely seems like an improvement. Hopefully the Zerg one is easy enough to fix, but I myself didn't, like, I probably could have wrangled that one myself, I just didn't. But yeah, we have that in action. It's going places. So, there you go. Okay, cool. Maybe you want to make the team color even more pronounced than what it would look like under the circumstances that where the existing ones do. I think that was one of the things that I ran into trouble with is I obviously wanted to do something like the purple bits there I didn't think would be enough at a glance. So I decided to try to change that one up. See, like, basically what I'm thinking is, like, while on the larger frame, these purple bits being converted would actually make sense. I think you could do more with that. Oh yeah, here's the team-colored Lake is Den, by the way. This is courtesy of DF as well. It's, I can't believe I didn't notice that there was no fucking team color on the original graphic, but I didn't notice that. Anyway, I was thinking maybe we could, like, actually team color some of the tendrils that are poking out, but I don't know if that would be too much work. You'll be adding more colored bits. Okay, cool. Awesome. Well, that's DF, the muscle man, the darkened fantasies, the fucking DF's muscle emojis. So, check him out. He's a man. All right, so for today, now that I've given you a little bit of a primer on what's going on and what some of the most recent updates have been, I'll quickly troll through this to make sure that I didn't... Oh, yeah. Let me take this. Ultra core overheals when attacking phase linked targets. Let me see if I'll take a look at the. Yeah, okay. Just timer calculation code. Okay. So, let's make a map. I obviously don't really want to continue working on the desert map until I get the north-facing compound ramps. I could continue to work on it and try to shadow box some sort of design where we get the AI and like the figure out a way to make it so that AI can arrive in the map sort of as the map is progressing and come up with some sort of system that can work generically so that I don't have to hard code it to a per map basis. That would be the super ideal scenario. So maybe it would make sense for me to investigate that as an option, but I am a little, I don't know, I'm in the mindset that I want to work on a level right now. So I kind of want to just embrace that and see where that goes, as opposed to trying to like continue throwing my head at the wall there for some of the more like vague stuff, basically. Well, you're obviously working on other things, DF, so that's just like I am a little like, I don't know, it's just for me, that was me not realizing like, oh, I actually need these north-facing compound ramps for this level to work. I could swap it out for some other tile type, but it feels a little weird to do so. I just don't feel like working on terrain and making the terrain work in that way or whatever, so. I'll say that one thing I should do now that I've fixed up the cliff suite is I should have some dirt cliffs that blend with sand dunes at the bottom. And then maybe I use those instead as far as like initial work goes. So let me go to... I'll quickly whip that up because that won't take long at all. I go to expanded tile sets. I go to desert. Oh, and I also wanted to update the scribe corpse to remove the team color, because it seems like there's some weird shit happening where the scribe corpses don't appear to be set up correctly. The color is different in some cases, at least when Kian was testing earlier, like a couple days back. All right, so let me see. I'm looking for Dirt Cliff org, and now I can set this to. Oh, that's kind of an interesting look, but that's not what I was going for. We'll say canvas sand dunes. Imagine accidentally cloning the wrong one. What? I actually think this translates fairly well, to be honest. I don't even know if it needs any changes. Nothing stands out to me as being bad or whatever, so maybe we'll throw it in there and see how it looks. So 2048. We will go ahead and render this with tileset desert NC. And say dirt cliff. I guess we'll say 1 sand dunes. And then obviously we can swap this out. Re-render and dirt cliff 2 sand dunes. Okay. Quick untextured placeholder. As long as it looks like, well, if it is a placeholder, then that's fine. But yeah, whatever you think would make the most sense. If it's something that you can then update later on. Completely escaped your mind early in development, yeah. Well, that's something you can just jot down for later usage. Mind Tyrant. So let's, oops, go to desert. Oh, obviously another thing that we have to do is go to, we have to get run over by a fire truck first. Sorry, guys. And then we have to, oh, this is where I was thinking it might be a little challenging to slot in. But maybe I'm wrong. Let's try this. It really entirely depends on how this turns out, obviously. I should have just copied the layer from the previous PSD file, but whatever. I guess it looks okay. I want to clean up some of the harder transitionary pieces here. Just turn that off. Let's see. Let's get rid of some of these extra bit. What the fuck? Looks like maybe the sand dune subtile is fucked up in some places. I don't know. Yeah, what happened here? My canvas is just wrong, I guess. Let's see. If I can spot the error. Yeah, it's just fucked up in a few places. Okay, I'll just make a new one. Where's sand? Oh, it's right here. Even more emergency operators, homie. Alright, let's try this again. This means obviously I have to go back into Dirt Cliff and fix it there as well. I'm gonna just copy this giant version. There we go. Oh, Photoshop. Guess it's famous last words whenever you say something shouldn't take too long, huh? Alright. Okay, let's try this one on for size. Yeah, I think this will look alright. That's just a bit better in that respect. Dude, how many emergency vehicles, man? To swerve and reject. What's going on, Veek? I am not working on programming today. I've put off map making for quite a while. But if you need me to test something in between my bouts, then feel free to let me know. And I will do my best to do so quickly and efficiently. I hope you are doing well today. You know what I will do? I will say I will almost certainly be down for some programming after the stream. So if you're hanging around after that, we can hop on. I certainly don't want to turn down the assistant since we still do need quite a few things fixed. But I'm just, I've been putting off my own work for a little too long now. For my own liking. Oh, delete that. Okay. Let's do some more adjustments. Yeah, I quite like how this one turned out from all the little tiny adjustment bits that I did. Oh, okay. I see. I saw that he was streaming something. I wasn't sure if you guys had taken a look at that that Dragoon model or not, the Strider model that you had been working on some time ago. I think this one's fine. There's no issues there. This one could use some cleanup. But maybe he was streaming Hollow Knight instead. I don't know. Oh, okay, cool. I will actually copy this over. Seems kind of goofy to do anything else. All right. Just these last two ones that I've got to take another look at, and then we should be good to go. I quite like this one as well. This definitely turned out pretty well overall. I think it looks fairly believable. I guess there could be more sand around here. Yeah, that looks nice. We don't want it to be too bright, obviously, because it's supposed to be in the dark, so to speak. But that color is a bit more appropriate given the nature of the tiles that surround it. Nice. And then this looks pretty good too. The base of the sand? Wait, what? On which tile? The cave? You might have to take a screenshot or something, because I don't see anything in the cave. I don't think that's a seam. No, that's just the texture. But maybe that cleaned it up, I don't know. There are actually seams inside the lard textures by default. So they didn't care enough to make it a bit more reasonable. Okay. Okay. Now, I think Dirt Cliff Ramp is, yeah, it's just old. Move that out. As these are as well. Okay. All right, now I can actually start adding some of this junk. So we can take this. We've got Dirt Cliff, sand dunes, Dirt Cliff doodads, sand dunes. Okay, import. And then if I turn these off so I can actually scroll at some reasonable pace. Well, the first thing I'll do is save, obviously. The numbers are for iQuare. I forget why he wanted those, but he used them in Overlord somewhere. I think he used them to mark, like, excavations or something. Because he was changing the tiles at the locations. I'm sure I'll stumble upon the correct area eventually. Here we go. Do group multi-select. Do copy. And then paste. And then we get to do the same thing, except after we paste, we shift height down. And voila. We get to have our completely functional tiles. Pretty nice. So we'll save that again. It would be nice if the save procedure was a bit faster, but guess you just got to deal with what you got. Now we will go ahead and put these in. Paste. And then are these the, yeah, these are the high ones. So then we paste these here and shift height down again. And this will be medium. And then I already saw the cliff doodads pretty close over here. So these are, just copy these. Oh, I need these versions actually. Copy these. I might need a different version of the ramps as well. I didn't even think about that. Paste, shift height down, and paste. Then obviously I need to take all of these tiles Select a whole bunch and unbuildable. Now I can show the mini tile flags for the ramps. Okay, these are actually were the like the multi-height ones, so that's a good thing. Yeah, nice. Save that. See, that actually was a lot simpler than I initially thought. So now I can do a little something with the stuff down here. Because originally this was supposed to be surrounded by sand, but I didn't feel like actually putting in the man hours into putting together that stuff. I think I decided against this because at the time I hadn't had a functioning cliff, but now I do, right? I have a cliff suite that works, so I will scroll down. Oh, I haven't added the... It might be nice if I added the files. Let's close this. Open this. Sure, we can add the latest res stat txt. I guess we ought to add units and weapons dat as well. And then we can go into tileset, desert, and then we'll just obviously add everything to the thing there. All right, brush palette it is. So now we've got, pull this one down. Move this over here. I'm just gonna stick these somewhere. There's not really too many areas that don't have a doodad somewhere, so I guess like right here will probably be fine. All right. So we've got... Oh yeah, how did I do this before? I think it was like dirt, cliff. Oh, I probably didn't actually sort these. So this would be dirt, cliff, 1, sand dunes. We'll say W north. Just gonna add these to the brush so that it's easier for me to place later. And of course, easier for others. It really would be nice to get a brush palette editor, but obviously we need the data structure for how the SEM draft brushes are organized. I mean, we wouldn't need any of that if the guy had just made this utility workable and like actually usable, but of course he didn't, so can't rename, can't reorder. And I guess he might have just gone AWOL in general, so who knows? Maybe we'll get an actual editor that we can define new isometry in, but I don't know about that one. That is a hope and a dream. So we've got South Cliffs now. I know this is very riveting stuff to watch, but I promise you, after I'm done placing these tiles, which will also be very riveting to watch, we can get into the fun part of making another map entirely. So that's why you guys are all here. So I just have to tease you a little bit with some shit that you don't want to watch at all. It'll be fine. No worries. I guess while I'm waiting, we can... Well, while I'm doing this grunt work, we can talk a little bit about what kind of map we're going to be doing. W outer. I think I do want to restrict this map to a specific race, similar to how this one was going to be. It won't be like a user select type deal. But I'm not 100% sure. It depends on how I want to frame the sort of plot that the map is supposed to have going with it. I have to decide if I want it to be a free-for-all, if I want it to be more of a straightforward map. You're fine watching somebody else do media. It's a change from your usual practices, isn't it? I guess the question is, like, is there a particular, like, after all of the changes that have gone down that are in that prospective patch note and stuff, I wonder if there is a particular race or particular engagement that people are most excited about potentially engaging with. Like, do they want to be at Protoss fighting Zerg or some weird thing like that? Because W inner. Anything like that is, of course, on the table, so... Alright, we'll save this, since that is pretty annoying to do over and over again. Alright, I guess I'll just do the ramps first, because I don't have a lot of space to work with here. So now we'll say dirt cliff, doodads. Maybe I'll append doodads to sand dunes. Alright. Okay, now the tiles, the actual doodads. We've got W cave, E cave. Well, I guess that's not really a cave, it's like a mine or something. W mine. E mine. Just wanted to make sure we were adding that correctly. W slide. E rock slide. W shaft. E shaft. W cave. E cave. And W pipe. E pipe. Okay. So now we'll just slap some of this stuff together, and we'll have a lovely sandy area. Obviously, I have to do the other side as well. That's likely no problem. Oh, wait, what? Oh, there it is. Means I will have to redoodad this bit, but it's also not really an issue. Where is this one? Yeah, it looks like it's this. Oh, I guess it's that. Never would have guessed. Okay. Now I just do the bottom bits over here and we're good to go. I can't say I'm surprised that they're MPQs necessarily. Like, I guess it is a bit odd, but all right, now it's like the home stretch of just finding these last couple here. And then this one. No, it's this one. Okay. I'll leave the doodads that are in the dirt here for now so I can find like actual replacements as time goes on. One thing that is kind of a bit of a shame is that obviously we can't have like the off-center doodads on sand dunes. It's so obvious when something is offset by one. So they're like one of those inflexible tiles in that respect. Sand dunes. Now I need an Ahmed doodad. All right, cool. Well, we got a little bit of a set piece here. It's a lot of effort, but I think it worked out. It's pretty nice. All things considered. Looks convincing. I figure the average player is not going to notice that it's a custom tile, which is paradoxically the intention behind doing something like this. So yeah, just be back here when we've got the goods, when we got the compound ramp placeholder. Until then, on to new adventures, homies. Oh wait, that's not what I wanted to do. Here we go. Wow, what a disaster. Why is it like this? Okay. Make a new document. Let's take stock. I guess I haven't worked on a map for Zerg in a while. For you playing as Zerg. So maybe I'll do that. Maybe I'll work on an Ash World map. You know what I'm saying? Did I already delete everything I didn't need from this other desktop? Yeah, that one too. Okay. And close this as well. Go back. I'm thinking of an Ash World map, maybe a 2v2v2, but well, actually, I could make this a straight single player map where you're the one, where you don't have hardly any help whatsoever. Maybe that's an angle. That's a style of map I haven't done in a while, where you're actually playing solo. So it would be like a 3-way free for all, or maybe a 4-way free for all. Like it's a 2v2v2, and then you're just an extra one, a man of your own team. That might be interesting to see how that shapes up. So before we make our map size and all that, I'll close this. I was just using that for another junk. Let's do specifications Ash World 192x192, and then so 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 will be in teams. So just copy this. Okay, so we've got the primary goal of this map is to consider, let's do explore solo play in a large scale free for all environment. We avoid CCMU potentiality by minimizing the number of Zerg players, though this is mostly incidental. Assuming things go by the, well, a sandbox for testing various Zerg strategies compositions against a number of different playstyles and enemy complexions. Be quite useful, especially as additional Zerg units start to are finalized and added. If this map is too restrictive in strategy that can be employed by the player, we should also consider whether the relative lack of new units and such is putting a stranglehold on strategic development. It may be a false premise / assumption that Zerg are we have too few additions compared to the other races. Turn Protoss to keep remain competitive. All right, so this will be called, I don't know. Let's see. Hmm. I don't know about this map size. I always feel like, maybe this is just me being a lunatic, but I do always feel like it's better when the map is wider than it is tall. Something about that seems to sit really well with being able to flank around in a way that if the map is tall but short, or as tall as it is wide, rather, if the map is, if the proportions are not the way that I was just describing it, where it's wider than it is tall, I do find that it ends up being a little bit more difficult to flank because there's only so many pathways you can actually put in, right? So. Well, yeah, I'm assuming it has something to do with that, right? But my main concern is that, like, obviously that does limit us pretty heavily, since we need big maps for big player counts. Not that 7 players is really that big, but you get the idea. It's interesting that this lifesteal thing worked that way. I did test it with Wendigos earlier, and that was a problem. Insofar as Wendigos also got double HP. So I guess that will fix that as well. I don't think we have any other lifesteal. I guess we have shield steal from Amaranth, so it would have been interesting to see if that also procced there. Maybe shield steal works in a different way, though. I don't know if that's also been fixed. I can test that shortly, as soon as this finishes building. Game hooks is still not pinned. Why doesn't it let me pin game hooks? I pin it, and then I'll close this program and reopen it, and it won't be pinned. Am I limited to some stupid arbitrary number of pins? It just never pins this. See, now it's unpinned. I'll pin it again, and the same thing will happen when I close. What a shitty program. Ay, ay, ay. Alright, I'll test real quick. Make sure that the ultra core stuff is taken care of. Spawn phase link, by the way. Spawn zealot 2. Spawn Alright. Seems to work. Spawn Amaranth. Wait, hold on. I'm glad shields just doesn't work. Whatever. Okay, so that gets me to 10 from nothing. Yeah, okay, it's proccing twice on phase link by the looks of it. That's not me. That's an old graphic. It's actually one of the most overused graphics of all time. You might be interested in the Ecclesiast, however, because this motherfucker means business. This is the Balathal asset. He reconstructed it from another graphic, added the nerve cords that are hanging out. Yeah, dude, this guy saunters on around. Fucking blast you to smithereens, homie. I do need to get Balethal to send me the latest death animation, however. Unless... Oh, he actually did send it to me. I just never implemented it. Oh, no, I think he made some changes since then, didn't he? Did you make any changes to the death animation? Making the largest frame the most notable parts. I don't know what the fuck it is. Like the bigger particles stay around longer in UTC. Yeah, I think it worked out pretty well. All right, yeah, it looks like he's going to send me the updated death animation. Let's take a quick, cheeky look at the campaign planning for our factions here. So I was thinking of... This could be a nice little insight into the Calendric Knights, where the Zerg that you're playing as have probably, like, terrorized some poor Terran faction who then call for, like, they send out a distress signal. And then you just get, like, 2 Protoss units that drop in, and they're like, oh, you're here to help us. And they're like, no, we're here to kill everything. So that could be kind of neat. I think we'll do Calendric Knights. Nice. And this is Golden Terran, then Protoss. Well, that's just the way that Balethal was able to emulate the teleporting out that is done by the... for example, the Zealot or the Cantavis or the Kabbalist or anything like that. I don't think I had actually put together a list of colors for some of these players. Let's check out our color list. I guess it would be fitting if these guys were magma, since this is an Ash World map. Go for a green. Maybe 1798. And then be good to go. Ugh. Okay, I'll put this into my scenario thing. There we go. Okay. The question is, where do I want to put the player versus where do I want to put all of the AI? And is this another map where I want AI to arrive as the map progresses? Or should all the AI be here? Like, the Orion military should definitely be here, those miners. And the Zerg, like the players' forces, should definitely be there as well. I think I've got a good sort of premise for this mission. So, the Zerg sort of had been pushed back by the Orion military in the initial engagements on this planet. And it seemed like things were going well in a military sense, so the Orion military ended up like leaving this place a little bit less staffed because of the fact that they thought that they had won the mission, right? So they left like some sort of deputy commanders, perhaps, or less experienced commanders, or an experienced commander with just not very many tools. Either way, that was what was left behind to mop up, complete the mop up, so to speak. And then the Zerg started to come back, perhaps. Doesn't really need to be defined as to how that happened. But the distress signal that the Orions then sent out was intercepted or just picked up. Maybe it was like one of those ill-advised open transmissions. And the other factions came to play as a result of picking up this distress signal. So the Kalendric warband is showing up to glass the whole planet, get rid of everything. And the Golden Republic sent out a recovery force so that they can abscond with the Zerg neural network, so to speak, the nerve center. They actually want to like almost repossess the Zerg as part of their like experiments and stuff. So they're looking at it from more of a scientific perspective, and they are enlisting the help of some of their Protoss allies, because the Golden Republic is that very recent rise to power faction that has risen to power in part because they're able to parlay with Protoss. So you got Sumerian Protoss that are going to use some very unorthodox tactics, like maybe like a lot of mind tyrants and stuff. And you've got some off-the-wall Terran faction, the Golden Republic, who are also going to be using some interesting technology. They'll probably be using like aspirants as well and stuff like that. So you'll get to see some of those in this mission. And then the Orions are just going to be a more like standard fare Terran military with like maybe bio and armor and stuff, as opposed to worrying too much about anything more specific. Whereas the Kalendric ones, there's going to be like, a pretty nice balance where one of them might deploy some Star Sovereigns to, again, glass the planet, and then maybe the other one is a bit more just like rambunctious, and they're willing to do pretty much whatever they want. So you've got quite the spread of people in that respect. Really, the only question is, do I want to have some of these guys arrive partway through? I definitely think, again, the first 3 players should 100% be on the map at the beginning, because they were already fighting when the premise is that these guys were already fighting. Maybe I could justify like it starting out as a 1v1 and then the Orion reinforcements arrive and then some of the other factions arrive. So I got to keep that open. Like, again, this could be another experiment with the idea of trying to put together a couple of different angles on this one. So there is some possibility for that. I'm not 100% sure how I want to handle it, but... So I think that's the premise. It kind of wrote itself. I just decided, fuck it, like these factions make sense here. But a lot of factions make sense. Like, obviously, I could do the Nidus Trinity. They might want to show up here with their own version, like their own sort of controlled Zerg, and try to incorporate your Zerg into their fold. So you could have them instead of the Golden Republic recovery force. Then you could have, like, instead of Kalendric Knights, it could be like the roboticists. It could be the just a generic primacy, right? Like the more standard fare ones. Instead of the Orion Terrans, it could have been like Hekaton refugees, or it could have been something else. So I like how flexible the setting and the factions themselves are. It's kind of neat in that respect. So yeah, we get another little story with these factions at play starting to take shape. So I think that makes sense. And now, what else do I want to do? I guess this will be like... Golden Terran. I want these guys to use some wacky shit, so this will be like Shadow Orbital. And then Golden Protoss. These guys will be like... Templar... Robotics. Okay, cool. So yeah, we'll decide what else we're doing as time goes on, I suppose, but... Oh, fuck, that's not what I wanted to do. Jesus. Jesus. Okay, so I shall return momentarily. Got to use the bathroom, and then when I get back, we'll actually start working on the very bare bones initial parts of the layout. But I think that's a good premise. I was kind of surprised how easily that was to slap together. I didn't even have to start really making the map until later. So yeah, BRB. All right, I have returned. See what we got here. Looks like the Vithrilisk stuff already got slapped together by Viker, the man himself. Maybe I'll just ask Vik what he wants, what he would want to do for um, the stuff for. I don't know. It's kind of frustrating to me. I haven't been able to actually get the implementation of why is this not working? Anyway, it's kind of frustrating. I haven't been able to fix that just yet. So captivating clowns, baby. Maybe that's the April Fool's prank. So I was actually thinking about an update to the Vorvaling where they would actually attach to the unit that they were targeting, and they would be able to continuously attack until like killed or somehow repulsed. Like I was thinking loading the unit into a transport would probably save it. Loading a unit or teleporting a unit using like recall or some other status effect would probably save it. Any repulsing effect would save it. Any stunning effect on the Vorvaling would save it, would like detach the Vorvaling. But I like the idea of like the Vorvaling being able to attach itself to like say a Phalanx, which formerly known as a siege tank, right? And then like for every attached Vorvaling, you get slowed, and they can perpetually attack because they're perpetually in melee. The problem is, I can't really. Well, it's not really a Zorg Legionnaire because the Legionnaires teleport to the unit. Vorvalings wouldn't really have the same ability, right? They would have the uh, they would simply slow the unit down, but they would attach to the unit and be able to, while attached, slow it by like 20% or 25% or whatever. I was just thinking maybe that could be an interesting way to implement the unit. Well, the entire status effect is different. The status effect is a slow instead of a teleport homing device. So I don't really see a. Besides the fact that they're both. Oh shit. Oh, I fixed that anyway. On the subject of permacloak and the permacloak rewrite, use get overlay offset. One of the things that was that Void just messaged me is that it might be easier to decloak the unit, actually decloak the unit, which would solve the problems, and then recloak them again 2x 2 seconds later, which is like such an obvious thing. I'm not really sure why we didn't think of that before. But I don't know how easy it is to decloak a unit that has permacloak as a flag. I asked him that as a follow-up, and we'll see what he says. Oh wait, I didn't add the latest plugin. I should probably update the test map so it stops calling me a fucking moron. I mean, as much as I enjoy that. Where's my nanite? Delete that. What is this? Future station. Oh yeah, I never fixed that either. Scrapyard. Factory science facility. Pretty insane that they actually indexed the ion cannon for the fucking platform tile set. Empyrean, Exemplar, Gladius, Magister. This is where we throw the monograms in. I don't know what the fuck is going on with this. That's the Hierophant, I guess. What is this anyway? That's Amaranth. Yeah, the siege tank being that way is also absolutely ludicrous. Wait, what is this? Architect. Archon. Dracodon. Wait, what is this? This is an art. Oh, that's Atreus. Barghest. Why are Barghests there? Ah, Jesus. Yeah, this is all out of fucking sync. Okay. Could not run delete selected, by the way. Oh, fuck. Why can't I delete a... Alright, whatever. We'll just delete all this shit, to be honest. I must three-place my threes. I don't know. Apparently the Zorius Shroud also uses it, probably because I just copy-pasted from it. I am kind of used to the graphics being fucked up in the editor, but some of these changes are pretty insane. Goliath legs! Goliath legs! Proper Goliath. What is this? Penumbra definitely has the wrong collision, but whatever. Yeah, of course. We're missing the monogram. Where is that? Oh, I had already saved it. Good thing I have a copy. You actually. Oh, I'm a goofball. The monogram is a ground unit. No wonder I didn't have it. What a noob. For decades I called others noobs. It was I, however, who was the true noob. Okay. Now get me out of test map hell. Oh, cool. I forgot about this. Okay. The overlay offset for the corrosive touch stuff is actually supposed to be offset by 4 or something. In addition to the normal one. It's like 4 times whatever the normal offset is. Let me build this. Because basically, there's 4 sets of the overlay. There's 4 sets of each size of the overlay. So there's 12 image IDs. Right? So I'll open up images.dat to illustrate this point a little bit easier. Well, where do you see that? Stores. So, as you can see, we've got overlay 1, 2, 3, and 4 within just the small. 1, 2, 3, 4 within medium, and 1, 2, 3, 4 in large. So you would take the normal overlay offset and multiply by 4, which is also known as 3 plus 3 divided by 3. I can agree with that, actually. I keep forgetting to just minimize this. So where did you actually do your work? Overlay. Yeah, you did. You did 4 times overlay adjustment. This is an update status effects. Acid. Here we go. I don't think it used std min. This seems like a change. Well, this just removes the overlay, right? Because that's why you have clear here. Well, why is it called clear then? This is a very confusing function, but this was translated from the IDA. I'm guessing this operation is doing some weird math with it's basically, again, like so when you have one stack, the overlay multiplier is supposed to be 0. When you've got between 2 and 3, it's supposed to be 1. 4 and 5, it's supposed to be... We want our own rules for this anyway. Like, we don't want to use their rules. I think from 1 to 3 would probably be appropriate. What does that mean by first overlay positioned incorrectly? It doesn't expire all at once. It expires one at a time still. Also, well, I don't have your latest work, so maybe that's why. I always compile release, unless I'm actually trying to debug a crash or something. No point in building it in debug. Doesn't it appear to be working? Oh. Somehow calculus projectiles are not proccing on hit. So that's pretty cool. Oh, never mind. The Mutalisk one isn't either. It's very strange. Yeah, there's some weird shit here happening where the attack target is not affected by splash. Oh, I see. Well, it's kind of weird that you would get more corrosive spores on other units, so I don't know what to do about that, because that is really unintuitive. I think it probably should just get affected by the splash. Correct comment. Anyway, I didn't recreate that overlay offset issue. The visual, like the actual offset, a visible offset thing. I wasn't able to recreate that. What do you mean niche? I mean, I was able to recreate it before pulling and build, or before building your latest work, but I was only able to recreate it once, and it was when I was attacking another Vithrilisk. All right, let's see. Yeah, you have to merge, obviously. Okay, so now I've got to update the code. I've got to update the Vithrilisk passive stuff, of course. Zerg Vithrilisk passive. So can you make the attack speed by 5% and armor by 0.5 happen in the as far as each stack is concerned? I DM'd you the ideal rule. I think that's going to be significantly more reasonable. It did feel like the splash was more than 2 weapon range, which would be 48 pixels or 64 pixels. But maybe that was actually just on the outermost edges or whatever. Okay, so now I need to go to the Vithrilisk. It's probably still called Devourer. Vithrilisk. Okay. Well, paste as new. 8. And then 346 and 349. Okay. And then I can go to critical mass. Okay. We've got 571 as the one for this. Let me just make sure I've still got the button sets. Oh. Do I not have a Vithrilisk rule somewhere? I must have it somewhere. Zerg here. Yeah, Vithrilisk critical mass. Okay, then I just need... So this is actually corrosive touch. Critical mass is suicide, infested Terran. Okay. And then we have to decide what we want to do about the add additional Vithrilisk button set rule. Okay. So yeah, I'm thinking right now what we want to do is we want to go into current patch and document this, obviously. Let's see, Vithrilisk. Stacks are no longer capped. Now each stack reduces attack speed by 5% and armor by 0.5. Stacks are no longer capped. So the other thing that I'm thinking is on a we should update the visual effect, as in which overlay to provide. I was thinking when you're at, so the rules that I want for this, I'll type them to you in DMs. We'll say 1 through 3 stacks, overlay 1, 4 through 8 stacks, overlay 2, 9 through 12 stacks, overlay 3, 13 plus stacks, overlay 4. That's probably reasonable enough. It doesn't really get consistent until after the first phase, but once you hit 4, I think that is pretty reasonable. That's obviously 20% attack speed slow. Well, you certainly can get that number of stacks, but I don't think it's very useful to. Let's think about the breakpoints. I think so we could do it like this in terms of attack speed stack. So it would be 1 through 4, 5 through 9, and then 10 through 14 and 15 plus. Then it's a bit more consistent. Then we're dealing with a pretty heavy amount of attack speed slow, obviously. Once it hits 20, it's slowing attack speed by 200%, right? So, or 100%. Yeah, sure. I think that's a bit more consistent anyway. Whatever. Oh, this is not a good sign already. Okay, I think I got it. I got a new bottle in the mail. Gonna use that instead of my existing shaker. Oh, I forgot to push my Frauds Club site changes. All right. Okay, let's fucking go, lads. Let's close that shit. Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking. 1 to 12 stacks, 13 to 24 stacks, 25 to... Oh. Okay. 17 stacks, 18 to 34 stacks, 35 to 49 stacks. Okay. So we've done the revision of Vithrilis. Well, Viker has done the revision of the Vithrilis stuff. Now we just have, oh yeah. Remove this as well. We have Aspiring Criticalities, Zerulith Reconstitution, and Zerulith Swarming Omen. Okay. Let's get back to what we were doing before. All right, I was thinking some sort of mountain ridge would be kind of neat. And open this up a bit. Oh, actually, I think I did make some... Yeah, I made tiles for that, actually. I almost forgot. Nice. All right, that'll be compound or structure later. Oh wait, update stats. So now it's just the overlays, and then yeah. I was about to say. Looks like you beat me to the punch there. Let's see. Well, we've got quite a few different features going on over here. I can't believe once again I'm stuck here filling out a goddamn brush because I invented these tiles before I even had a brush, apparently. And then I remember I never added the inner corners until like way later because I completely forgot about them or something. Okay. With any luck, we'll be able to refactor the Zorith Celeste stuff later as well, which will give us, I think, a clean bill of goods in terms of what we need. What was necessary to revise. Then it'll just be bug fixes and stability fixes, but I don't think there's anything from the changelog that we actually will require at that point. Good shit. Could it be something to do with whatever the create overlay thing is? Like, does it somehow occasionally get an offset pass to the create overlay function in GPTP? That's the only thing I can think of. Because... okay, fair enough. I appreciate the work that you have done today. Pretty good progress. Obviously, I was just musing on like what we have left to do. Yeah, I think it's probably something to do with like somehow the function that creates the overlay is receiving an offset, even though one should not exist, theoretically. Yeah, but the create overlay function takes, in GPTP anyway, it takes a unit, an overlay ID, an image ID, and coordinates, offsets. By default, those are supposed to default to 0, which means don't modify the position at all. But somehow, I'm guessing something gets fucked. I'm with you, though. I have no idea how it would happen either. Okay. All right. I wonder why it just decided to tell me that it couldn't send a collection rename event. I don't even know what that means. I'll probably clean some of this stuff up later. Doesn't really make any sense for a computer terminal to be hanging off the side of a ledge. But whatever. That's stuff to worry about at a later point. Right now we just have the tiles, and I don't have any deformities, so that will have to do. Yeah, jetpack maintenance crew. See? I like that I can rely on my homies in the chat to come up with justification for what I'm doing. Okay, what was I just about to do again? I am going to go into the Ecclesiast graphic. And I am going to take these frames here. We are going to import from frame set the latest event. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. Okay. Come on, dude. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. Brings us to 245 frames. So now I get to shadow flare it up with that. 245. Open. A. Please see it. And let's close this. Oh wait, I didn't build the latest one that has the overlays that Veek did a couple minutes ago. I'll build that real quick. Oh, here's the death. Oh, I guess it already had the same count. Okay. Let's see what happens here. Something does seem to be missing. Yeah, I think I'm missing some of the initial frame in the animation. Units, Hydra, Protoss, Ecclesiast. I think I skipped a couple for testing, so it actually starts at 238. So we've got 238 and 239. That's where the missing frames were coming in. Do that real quick, and that should fix that issue. And I think we can alt F4 Photoshop. We'll go ahead and test again. I could also just, like, if I was really unsatisfied with the animation, I could obviously just overlay the Zealot one. But maybe that's better for visibility so that you can instantaneously know, like, oh yeah, here's some... Here's some, you know, completely different stuff or whatever. You know, at a glance, it's not a Zealot, right? Probably pretty useful. All right, let's go back to this. Actually, I think I don't have much time left. Yeah, okay. I've already been going for about 3 hours. So I think that's fine. You know, we did a bunch of work on a couple of different things here. So we'll say add latest tileset changes and plugin updates. So desert, add sand dunes, dirt cliff, sand dunes blends, ash world, and structure, cliff, dirt, to brush palette. And then Ecclesiast, update death animation. Plugin, update Bithrisk. Massive. Fix several. Fix phase link interactions for lifesteal, shield steal. Test map, update, add newest set. Fixed units. Fix unplaceable. I'll just say add latest units. The other thing I wanted to do very briefly or very quickly is I need to jump in here and what the fuck is that? I need to jump in here and we want to go into unit stat and check out the demiurge, see if there's anything in particular that is, yeah, okay, that's why. So we'll do one, wait, what is this? So this is 2, 2. Normal movement, normal attack. Oh, it has hero flag. That's interesting. I guess I just never actually set this one up. So it's not organic. It is robotic. I should find the flag for that. Here. It's not a flyer. Yeah, whatever medium overlays are fine. Let's compare this to the Acantor. Yeah, seems good. Maybe to the Atreus. Okay. It definitely does not have the right stats. So let's jump into Protoss. 200, 400, 50, and 250, 150, 2, and then obviously the elevation has to be ground level. Site range of 10 and supply cost of 4. All right. So we'll take this. We'll take what? Yeah, sure. Entry 30. It does normal. Its upgrade will be Protoss, not that it matters. Range is 256. 1.25. It's pretty irritating to have to deal with that. Two, 6. All right, and then we just call this Galactic Weaver Demiurge. Cool. I guess I'll go ahead and add this to the weapon ID enum. And we will find which ID is this anyway? 106. uh, uh, uh. Where's the actual deal damage function? Maybe it's further up. Oh, awesome. That will be very exciting to see in game. It's just those little things that feel like they should have been in there from the get-go. Like, why are they not there? That's pretty neat, actually. So let me see if adding the latest DAT file. Oh, I didn't fucking save it. God damn it. Oh, this is weapons DAT. Never mind. Did I save? Oh, let me give it 106. And I guess, I don't know, 1500, 750, something like this. All right, let's save that. Going back to weapon damage. It's the timer. Let me fire up the test map and see if now the Demiurge is cloaking units. It isn't. Okay, perfect. The other thing that I should check for is any case where Danamoth is actually used. I guess I should Control Shift F Danamoth. Find all. Of course, it'll likely take 8 years. Anyway, close this. I don't know why it never works. This program is terrible. So I think we've got a pretty good basis for this Golden Souls map. Obviously, we haven't actually put together too much in the way of the layout. I suspect I'll have the player start around here, so I guess I can slap down the start location. But I don't know. I might also slap the player maybe a little bit further up. I definitely want one of the Terrans to be pretty close because, again, they are supposed to be like sort of in the same vicinity in terms of like ideally the Zerg would have been attacking them, right? Like relatively early on. I guess we can have the Protoss show up somewhat in unison or whatever. And then I was thinking, all right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Maybe the Terrans here, and maybe the Sumerians can walk around over here. Or something like this. Yeah, I think that makes sense. So that'll be the rough start locations anyway. We'll see where that goes. And I'll obviously be working at that map over time. All right, let's get out of here. Okay, I'll push these changes. Start working on Demiurge. So I've got the Gods Made Flesh stuff in terms of Oh, you know what? I think we're going to need a unit link. So now we get to see a linked demiurge casts the ability. So I guess this would be something like link demiurge cast the ability. We would do unit finder, something like that. All right. Okay. Well, I guess that'll do it for our stream today. We definitely bounced around a number of different subjects, but we got a lot of work done. And of course, we started working on a new map that I think will be quite exciting to dive into a little bit more in depth as time progresses. So thanks to everybody for joining me. Thank you, Veek and Balethal and DF for all your hard work today and in the previous days as well. I'm definitely looking forward to those Zerg construction frames. Obviously looking forward to the placeholder compound ramps as well. So those will be coming in at some point from DF, which is pretty nice. Obviously Veek is going to continue working on the plugin, and Balethal, I don't know actually what Balethal will be doing soon. I guess he would probably be tackling some additional work on some unit or another, some model stuff. So that's exciting as well. And yeah, hopefully iQuare is available sometime tomorrow to wrangle a couple of crash fixes and investigations, and maybe he can continue working on CCMU and stuff like that. But until then, until tomorrow, I will see you guys at some point. Bye.